What is up, everyone? If you didn't know, now you know. Now you're more in the know with yours truly, Josh Morin. I am the co-founder and vice president of Field Supplements as well, sobriety, woke, business, and wellness coach. Man, we are in Las Vegas, Nevada, my new home. I moved from the valley of Phoenix, Arizona, specifically Glendale. And as you can see behind me, Field Supplements Lounge has a facelift. The More in the Know podcast has a facelift. And I am excited because finally, after 1 month of being here, 1 month almost exactly to the day, after being here in Las Vegas in my new apartment, in my new home, in my new territory, my new network, same me, new opportunities to grow, expand, cultivate the dream and the vision that I have, as well as continually deliver content that I want to deliver, man. And I really feel like I'm in a space finally that I can deliver the content that I'm capable of delivering. I'm living by myself for the first time ever in my life, and I'm freaking pumped, man. Roommates, I don't want to say they suck, but they suck in so many ways, and they're a blessing in so many ways. I'm such a fucking anal person, man. Like, I love my shit super clean. I like things super tidy, just one way type things. And maybe that's why I don't have a girlfriend. That could be a big potential as to why I don't have a girlfriend. But you know what? I'm gonna live with it because one day I will attract a person who's exactly just like myself, and we will live we'll cohabitate an environment in a living space one day. Who knows? Speaking of that, it is February 7th, so we are 1 week away from Valentine's Day, and I heard today is not Super Bowl Sunday, but today is Shoot Your Shot Sunday. We're 7 days away from Valentine's Day. So now is the time, fellas. Now is the time, ladies. Shoot your fucking shot. You got 1 week. Now is the time to spill the beans to your crush and shoot your shot on this Shoot Your Shot Sunday. I just had to say that. I was thinking about that as I was getting onto this podcast. And there's so many different things that are going on in Las Vegas. I really don't know exactly where to start. But the biggest thing is I want to touch on is this last month, kind of recapping what's gone on this last month. I finally got out my wisdom tooth, and that has been absolutely a fucking headache since November 20th. I've been dealing with a wisdom tooth, or an infected wisdom tooth, and finally it's out of my mouth. I've been still having problems here and there, but I'm back on the mend. But what I want to deliver in today's podcast is I've had a lot of people reach out and inquire about moving, because that's something that people have seen me do over the last 7-8 years, specifically a lot. I've lived in the state of Montana. I've lived in Utah. I lived in Arizona. I spent some time in Hawaii. I spent some time in Oregon. So I've been really all over the place, and now I'm in Nevada. So it's like the 6th state that I've lived in or spent some time in. And I want to talk to people. I want to talk to you all because there's so much hesitation, but also so much motivation and inspiration that people want to move, but there's this terrorizing fear that people get, or that you may receive when you're about to move, because you get anxiety, like, what am I going to do? What kind of job? How am I going to make money? I don't know anybody there. I want to move, but I don't know anyone. I'm comfortable, and you don't want to leave your comfortability of your hometown. But the thing about it is you can always go back to your hometown. You could always go back, man. Just fucking get up and move. If you want to make something happen, don't have an intention. Have a commitment. Have a commitment to make it happen. Sit down and write out all the pros. Sit down and write all the cons and say, you know what? If the pros outweigh the cons and you feel that this is the best decision to put yourself in a position to win in the next 30, 60, 90 days, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, if you feel that this is what is necessary for you is to move, then move. And guess what? If you're nagging toxic relationships that you're in, if your boyfriend and or girlfriend doesn't want to follow you, get up, leave them, cut them off, try something new, do something different, separate yourself from your comfortability, because when you get uncomfortable and you start to tread into new waters, you start to tread into a deep end, or not even the deep end, just different waters, man, waters that you haven't explored yet. Guess what? You're going to be blessed with so many new opportunities. You're going to be blessed with so many more learning lessons and opportunities to grow within, to learn about yourself. The one thing that I can contribute to my self-awareness and figuring out what the fuck do I want in this life. Because I'll be honest, man, just like anybody else, you graduate high school. My whole life I went through life essentially thinking about that I was going to wrestle my entire life. And what a fucking catastrophe that is to kind of have that mindset, because it's abruptly ended in my early 20s. I was 20 years old when that dream really fell apart. And then I had this side dream that I wasn't really serious about, was becoming a doctor. Well, fuck, I didn't really think I was going to become a doctor because I thought I was going to be wrestling my entire life. And when I look back on it, I didn't want to become a doctor because I fucking loved it. I wanted to become a doctor because I was like, oh, well, they make good money. And yeah, it's health is something I would like to be into. And I didn't really understand entrepreneurship, free enterprise back then. I didn't understand what this meant to live a life on your terms, to not have a job. I've gone about life in a very unconventional way, and I don't suggest the way that I've gone about life to many others, because it has been a struggle. Because I have not gotten a job. I've not had a job and then done a side hustle. I've made my side hustle, I've made my passion everything every single time. And oftentimes that's led to a lot of frustration. Oftentimes that's led to me like really getting burnt out in that thing that I'm passionate about. But really, I've found my passion in what I'm doing with health and wellness, with field supplements, growing that brand and that vision. And I have such a burning desire within myself, a flame, a wick that is lit every single day to want to expand, grow, cultivate, as well as connect and collaborate with such amazing individuals that are in my network. So I really found something that I had to go through years and years and years of trial of error. I've had fucking Conscious Connections, which was a humanitarian-based company. I thought I was gonna travel the world and do work trade for a while. I thought I was going to be a wrestling coach and do wrestling academies. And I've done so many different miscellaneous things. I've worked with video production and photography. And I have all these different things. But the one thing that I can say is that to find out that what you're really passionate about, you have to explore. You have to explore your other passions. You have to explore your other passions and say, okay, now, is this something that I could do every single day? Is this something that I want to do part-time? Is this something I want to do as a hobby? Is this something that I want to maybe even incorporate in what I do full-time? So that is my suggestion is when you look at a new place that you're going to go to, is first off, don't do it like me, where you put yourself really back against the wall. You have really no income other than hustling and trying to make ends meet. Find yourself a job and a 30 to 40 hours a week, because that gives you plenty of time to do something else. And that can at least pay your bills, unless you are an entrepreneur that has something that's already going to be paying you while you move. That's the biggest thing, is people worry about money. But what I've began to understand is, why worry about money when money doesn't worry about you? Let me say that again one more time. Why worry about money when money doesn't worry about you? I'm not anxious about the outcome. I know that my commitment to myself is going to create income. That's going to create a leveraged income for me to be able to do that in which I please. And as I continually become more and more committed, guess what? You reap what you sow. So it's a long process. I've bought into this long process, and that's what you have to do. But if you're just moving somewhere and you're saying, you know what, I'm going to give the next 12 to 24 months of just moving somewhere new, trying something else out, find yourself a job that's not overly demanding on your daily. So then you can still explore the area. You can still go out and connect, and you can still have a side hustle to do what you love to do. So that's my suggestion, is sometimes you have to figure out what you really want in life. And if you feel that you want to move somewhere, it's not about how you do it. It's about why you do it. And that's with anything in life. The how doesn't matter when your why is big enough. When your why is big enough, the how will just happen, because no matter what, you will find a way how. You will find a way to make it happen. That's having that relentless spirit. That's being resilient. That's not this back against the wall and you have to figure it out. It's this belief and this faith in yourself that each and every single day, you're going to be your best to do your best. And as you be your best to do your best, life is going to present opportunities for you to grow. It's going to present opportunities for you to figure things out about yourself that you may not know. And I think the best way to really figure out who you are is to move, is to get into a new city. Leave your fucking hometown, man. Leave your fucking hometown. If I could give one thing of advice to anyone out there, or just somebody that's young, 17, 18, or if you're in your mid-20s or mid-30s, is leave your hometown. Plant your roots somewhere new. Spend 12, 24, 36 months in a new city. Figure out if it's something that you like. And then you'll begin to understand the little things that matter. Because you'll be like, man, I really love having more of a family atmosphere. Or I really love these things about my hometown. You begin to have some clarity about like what the fuck is going on. And you start to understand the things that you like and that you don't like. But you would never be able to understand that if you're always living in your comfortability of your hometown. I looked at that and I remember growing up and being a little kid. I remember always being a little kid just looking outside as my parents were driving the car, and I'd look at houses and I'd look at Great Falls and I'd look at the life that we're living. And I said, man, I really want to experience the world. I want to do something different than what my parents are doing. I want to try something new. I want to see life in a bigger perspective, a bigger scope of things. I just knew when I was a little kid that I wasn't going to stay in Great Falls, Montana. I didn't even feel like growing up that I even belonged in Great Falls, Montana. I have a few really good friends from Great Falls, but when I go back home, I don't know, I always feel like I was an outcast. I remember I was like the first dude at my school, at my high school, like outside of like the weird emo kids that we all want to attach a stigma to that were wearing Vans. I was like one of the, like I wasn't even fucking popular. I didn't hang out with the popular kids. I was like a popular kid who didn't hang out with popular kids, if that makes any sense. I wasn't a fucking cool kid that hung out with all the fucking football players and all the hottie toddies and everybody. I just wasn't part of that group. But I was still friends with some of those people that were part of that group. But I also was like known enough in my high school, if that makes any sense at all. But I was like one of the only cool kids, I guess, if you want to fucking put a stigma on that got Vans that was outside of like the emos, right? Or the sad kids, right? And I hate to put that, but it's just how it was. And I remember I got fucking made fun of. I got made fun of. And the reason why I bought those Vans is because I took a trip down to Arizona, and I was like, dude, everybody's wearing these shoes. These shoes are sick. And I remember I got made fun of for like fucking 3-6 months. And guess what? Everybody in the fucking school got it. But all I started to understand is that there was trends in other places, and that I didn't belong in a fucking shit-kicking place like Montana in terms of just culture. I belong somewhere else with grander perspective about the world and about life. And I knew that since I was a little kid, and I started to at least have some sort of self-awareness to say, you know what, any opportunity that I want to have in my life or bring about to myself in the sense of paving my own path, that's the whole reason why I wanted to go to Arizona State. I knew that when paving my own path, I needed to get the fuck out of Montana. I wasn't going to stay there, and I wasn't going to wrestle in the state. I wasn't going to go wrestle in North Dakota. I was going to go somewhere that I wanted to get a grander perspective of the world and a new opportunity to see things in a different lens. And I knew that. And I think that having that faith and that urge to see the world has led me to figure shit out. It's not always been perfect. I have been broke as fuck. I have been absolutely just tired of being sick and tired. And I've been through a lot of shit. But at the end of the day, I always figured it out. I always found a way. And you can too. That's the message about this. Is if you have any faith, any burning desire within yourself, any goals, dreams, or aspirations to see something outside of what you're doing, what you're living, and how you're being right now in your hometown or in your comfortability, if you have something that burns and says, you know what, I want to get a grander perspective of the world, guess what? Follow that intuition. Follow the tune of your heartstrings. Follow your gut's intuition. Your gut is always right. And if you always continually follow that song that's inside of you, baby, you will never die with music left inside. And that is my biggest fear, is dying with music still left inside of me. Dying with still gas in the tank. And if I can do one thing, that is to squeeze out every single ounce of opportunity that this beautiful human experience has. And that's today's podcast. Thank you for tuning in to Mor-In The Know. Today is Shoot Your Shot Sunday. Reach out to your crush. Reach out to that boy, that girl, that man, that woman. Tell them, you know what, baby? February 14th is right around the corner. I'm shooting my shot, and I want you. And I appreciate you guys. Be sure to tune in to Mor-In The Know. Subscribe, comment below if you like this. Like, share, comment, anything you can. If you really enjoy my content, I appreciate everyone who tunes in and tags along. As always, you can get the highest quality products, supplements on the market at fueledsupplements.com. We have a lot of exciting things happening at fueledsupplements.com. We have opened up our ambassador and our affiliate program once again. We are adding more family members each and every single day. Check out morintheknow.com. And you guys have a beautiful weekend. And tomorrow, we kick ass again. It's Monday, baby. Let's get it.